It's been really great to see so many siblings come up here and say such nice things about their brothers and sisters over the past few days. But at the Lewis household, we do things a bit differently, and we saw this as the perfect opportunity to roast our baby sister. Nearly 10 years ago, when Joelle's sisters were first putting on their blue and gold jackets, she was still in diapers. How old was she? 2? 3?
12. She was definitely 12.
Oh. As the baby of the family, we were constantly telling Joelle what to do, which often involved making her dress up in various forms of costume.
Whether we were putting on a neighborhood play and she was the prima ballerina, or we were doing our own rendition of America's Next Top Model and forcing her to strike her fiercest pose in our ice cold swimming pool in the middle of January,
do it for the gram.
There was never a dull moment as the youngest Lewis sister.
But as Joelle grew up, she really started coming into her own, and this included costumes completely of her own making. First, there was the self-choreographed solo dance routine where she dressed as Tarzan for her elementary school talent show.
There is my personal favorite, a full-body spandex rendition of Avatar, complete with blue hairspray and gray face paint. Picture it.
She even chose to dress in costume pajamas, which reminds me of my favorite Joelle outfit, a head-to-toe cow costume that she refused to take off for at least 3 days after buying it. How old was she for that one? 9? 10?
17. She was definitely 17.
Oh, moo. But in all seriousness, some people dress up in costume because they're uncomfortable in their own skin. But Joelle has always been comfortable playing her own character. When she first slipped on her FFA uniform, it may not have been the quirkiest costume she's ever put on. But over the past 5 years, we've watched her make that uniform her own, because she's not afraid to be exactly who she is.
As she prepares to unzip her blue and gold jacket and head off to the University of who knows where, we can't wait to see what kind of costumes college will bring out of her. We are so proud of the leader that our baby sister has become, and it is our absolute honor to introduce her for her retiring address entitled Environmental Change. Ladies and gentlemen, your state FFA president, Joelle Lewis.
Do you know who you are? Do you know why you are here? Are you happy?
Day 1. When a seed first begins to grow, it is immediately affected by factors it can't control. A strong plant requires optimum conditions, meaning the proper amount of water and oxygen, as well as the right temperature. In the beginning stages, a plant's environment is crucial toward its growth. On our first day, we open our eyes to a brand new world that has appeared around us. We receive people to care for us, a financial situation, and a place to call home. All things which are out of our control, yet fundamental toward how we grow in the beginning stages of our life. Day 730. As the seed is exposed to the right elements, roots begin to emerge. These create the foundation of the plant. As humans, we begin to grow our roots and discover what things in our life are important, our natural inclinations. Our foundation exists at the root of our being. Your roots make up who you are. These are our strongest beliefs, passions, talents, and interests, all elements which will always remain a part of us. For example, if we were to take a look into who I am, we may see things like creativity and adventure, both elements that I have noticed in different forms throughout my lifetime, like painting or a love of travel. These are crucial starting points to our environment. And when we are aware of them, we create a solid foundation, a strong set of roots upon which we may grow. Day 2190. As the stem with its first leaves begins to appear, we gain an increment of control over our environment. We enter elementary school. Instantly, a school, teachers, and peers are added to the list of things that affect our environment. And still, we don't get the luxury of choosing who or what those things are. But we do get to choose a couple of things, like who our friends are, or what our favorite subject is, or whether or not we want to join a sports team. For me, I let one of my roots spark growth, and I showed my creativity in art class. It was in these days that I learned I love to paint because it allowed me to look at my life from a different perspective. At this point, our roots have been established, but we begin to realize that our environment is changing around us, affecting how we grow. In order to reach the best possible environment for us, we must stay true to ourselves. To do this, first ask yourself, do you know who you are? Are you allowing your roots to be strong, exhibiting maximum growth? Or are you neglecting them, causing them to shrivel beneath you? Are you taking control of the factors surrounding you? Or are you letting them become your excuse? It can be so easy to look at our situation and blame who we have become on it. We may be products of our environment, but we must take responsibility for the person we are as a result of it. Sure, we don't get to choose what we're born into, but we do choose what to make of it. Once we take responsibility for the person we are, we get to develop it. Day 5110. As the stem grows taller and the bulk of the plant begins to come in, the climate around it becomes more and more important. Let's take a moment and think about the day we entered high school. With new classmates, classes, clubs, and sports, our field of opportunity all of a sudden seemed infinite. If we were athletic, maybe we found ourselves on the soccer field. Or, if we combine our love of art with our passion for agriculture, maybe we spend our days practicing the floral design team. Or, if you were like me, your creativity led you to a love of music. These choices we made to join a club or take an AP class affected how we grew into the people we are today. We gained power in choosing who we become. But with a greater amount of power comes an even greater amount of responsibility. How do we ensure that we are embracing it effectively? Ask yourself, do you know why you are here? No, not here at state conference, but do you know how you wound up in the place you're at? Your family, school, extracurriculars. Are you letting this progression foster who you are or distract you from it? Day 5475. Up until this day, I realized I had been allowing some of my roots to shrivel due to neglect. This was the day that I took my newfound passion for music and shared it. I had been so nervous and self-conscious in showing my love of guitar and singing that I had completely stunted my growth in that area. I told myself that other people didn't want to hear me play, or that I wasn't good enough to jump in and collaborate with others. I was hiding behind excuses and allowing my environment to take the fall. But on this day, when I finally swallowed my fears, my creativity allowed me to grow. I can remember walking up to the stage, shaking, picking up my guitar, placing it around my neck, and beginning to strum the intro to the song. started to slip out of my mouth. Don't you worry your pretty little mind before can't take what's ours. They can't take what's ours. Stakes are high, the water's rough. This love is ours. It can be easy to want to hide from our passions or instincts if they involve any sense of vulnerability. But there is value in taking steps to embrace that fact, so that we may continue to create our own path, and in turn, help others do the same. To ensure this happens, surround yourself with people that challenge you to grow in a positive direction. Put yourself in an environment that fosters your foundation, that allows you to be your best self. And if you can't find one, then create it. It is no one else's responsibility to ensure that you find the right life but your own. There will be people along the way that support who you are, and they may help you to grow. But there will also be people that try to diminish it. Regardless, they don't get to decide who you become. You do. We take these opportunities to reflect on our environment and who we are within it. But we must determine if it's right for us by asking ourselves, are you happy? Do you feel like the place you're in is allowing you to experience healthy growth and stay true to yourself? Day 6,750. At this point, the plant is full grown and in bloom. For us in this room, this may represent the end of high school. It's a turning point where we lay the groundwork for the rest of our lives. It's in this moment that we discover we have a majority of the control, because we're being asked to choose our next environment. For me, the biggest decision I've ever had to make is choosing a major with a college to fit it. Now, I've evaluated who I am, why I am where I am, and what I need to be happy. And the decision wasn't easy. To be completely honest, I will be majoring in agriculture next year. And I'm leaving my small town comfort zone to live in an urban area. Now, I will always be thankful for my experience within agricultural education. It's been a huge factor in my environment that has greatly shaped how I grew into the person I am today. And I will always advocate the agriculture industry. In fact, it was due to my SAE project that I discovered I have a love of communications, and more specifically, video production. But as I look forward to my next steps, I know that I need to put myself in an environment that will challenge me to grow in a completely different way, and that is the polar opposite. Sometimes, making the decision to put ourselves in the right environment for us isn't easy. It can be a necessary change. We ask these questions to ourselves to reflect on our environment, take responsibility for who we are within it, and determine whether or not we may need to make a change. However, we can't just ask ourselves these questions once. These three questions merit repetition. We must continually reflect on who we are, where we are, and where we are going. But let me be clear. This isn't a constant searching to be someone better. This is having an awareness of ourselves and ensuring that aligns with the person we are. It's not simply about finding happiness or following your dreams. This is about the person you are while you do those things. And I've been fortunate to have individuals in my own life who have encouraged me to discover these things about myself and take responsibility for who I am and where I'm going. To my family, thank you for always supporting me from a young age to find what I'm passionate about, and for allowing us to pursue it, no matter what it may be. To my teachers, Mrs. Bates and Mrs. Evans, thank you for cultivating an environment in your classroom that showed students it was okay to be unique, and for helping us to find our individuality within this organization. To the Mayfield family, thank you for opening up your homes this year, and for allowing and for showing me that it's okay to be exactly who we are, and for helping me to find confidence in that. To my teammates, thank you for embracing my weird self and all the awkward moments I know I created this year. Tim, thank you for being accountable. Danny, thank you for making us smile, no matter the situation. Trevor, thank you for being thoughtful. Bree, thank you for your kindness and never letting us forget that we are loved. And Sydney, thank you for your wisdom and always showing us that our lives are filled with purpose. California FFA, thank you for this past year. Thank you for showing me who you are and what you've done with your life. Thank you for letting me into your homes, into your communities, showing me your SAE projects, and showing me what your life looks like and what your environment is. And most importantly, thank you for making it possible for me and my teammates to experience an immense amount of growth this year. It's because of the people in this room that we can stand on the stage and be the people we are today. When you reach your final day in this world, will you look back and feel as though you've spent your entire life searching for who you want to be? Or will you look back and see those days that you recognized who you are and made the conscious choice to live like it? We have the rest of our lives in front of us, and it's up to us to decide how we want to live it. So tomorrow, and next week, a year from today, 5 years from today, on a day in 30 years, ask yourself, do you know who you are? Do you know why you are here? Are you happy?